Lush. I'm here inside the Hub Culture studio. Really pleased to be joined by the home of Hub Culture, actually. We've got some incredible people here from Bermuda. Thanks very much for coming, guys.
Well, thank you for having us.
So we have the Honourable David Burt, Premier and Minister of Finance. Thank you very much for coming.
Absolutely.
Honourable Wayne Caines, Minister of National Security. And Sean Moran. No honourable for you, I'm afraid.
No.
Head of Business Development for the Bermuda Business Development Agency.
That's right.
So, why are you here in Davos?
Well, we're a new administration. We've only been in office for 6 months, but as the youngest leader in my country's history and having a technology background, I've set out an agenda to make sure that we can have economic growth and increase in jobs through a future in technology. And so we've set some very aggressive targets. We're moving into making sure that people know that Bermuda is an option to take advantage of our excellent regulatory reputation to transfer those to new industries. And what better place to go than to the World Economic Forum in Davos to raise the visibility of Bermuda so people can learn more about what it is that we're looking to do and how that we can create additional economic growth, which will provide more jobs to people at home.
So tell me, I know Bermuda, many people know Bermuda as an insurance, reinsurance capital, but what else do you want it to be?
Well, I think what we want to do is we want to leverage the regulatory environment that we have. We're known for being a place that is a clean jurisdiction, somewhere where you can trust the business that operates from Bermuda. And we want to make sure that we leverage that into the future of technology. So whether that's building on what we have, so whether that's in SureTech and FinTech and RegTech, or whether that's into branching out in other places where we haven't known, but setting up the type of sandboxes in Bermuda where people can feel free to innovate. And I can think of far better places in the world than you can sit on the beaches in Bermuda and write code.
I can't think of anywhere better. Minister Caines, tell me what you feel is why, in terms of national security, why is this so important?
Part of my portfolio is e-commerce and ICT and policy and innovation. Being here at Davos, we have been able to meet with innovators in the blockchain and in the cryptocurrency sphere. We believe that this is an emerging area in business, and Bermuda wants to take advantage of that and bring those opportunities and those companies to Bermuda to set up their companies in Bermuda.
So what are you doing to encourage that?
We have a sandbox, as the Premier just said, and we have we're building our technology hub. Right now, we're making sure that the legal and regulatory framework are there, and we've basically said to the world, come and look at Bermuda. If you have a crypto or a business in that space, blockchain business, look at setting it up in Bermuda.
So Sean, what advice would you have for businesses coming to Bermuda? What have you noticed just in the last couple of years that makes Bermuda special?
Sure. So, and the Premier touched on it as well already. The reputation of Bermuda for being a clean and sophisticated jurisdiction for international business generally, not just insurance, but also asset management and funds, trust and private client businesses are all thriving in Bermuda. So really what we want to do is add another pillar to what is already a very strong offering. And you know, getting this message out here to a potentially new audience, I think is why we're all here. But the message is very clear that Bermuda is different from a lot of other offshore jurisdictions, primarily for the reasons that we've talked about around the insurance, the reputation and the great infrastructure and offering that we have for international business globally.
So, Premier, just tell me about, in the last few years, there's been an enormous amount of concern, banks in Switzerland, about keeping people's money secret, about not letting information out, which maybe the world wants to know. Equally, people have a lot of concern about their own privacy. How do you see that weighing up?
Well, I think Bermuda strikes the correct balance, and that balance is making sure that we have a respect for people's privacy, but also knowing that Bermuda is not a place to hide money, and it's not a place to avoid your home country's taxation. So we're a leader in global tax transparency. We're a leader in the OECD Global Forum, and we participate, and we like to say that other countries should come up to what we call the Bermuda standard, leading in this area, leading in the space of beneficial ownership for companies, leading in the space of tax transparency, country-by-country reporting, automatic exchange of information. All those are places where Bermuda has been a leader, and I think that's what makes it so powerful as part of our reputation that we would like to leverage into other sectors.
Minister Caines, tell me what you think in terms of the e-commerce. What does that have to potential to do to drive jobs for Bermudians?
The first part, when you're looking to drive jobs, is the education piece. We just do not want to bring companies into Bermuda. We want Bermudians to have the opportunity to be in the market, to educate ourselves in the market, and also to participate in the market. So we have started, and we're going to implement curriculums in our schools. And if we have partners, to allow them to partner with our schools so we can bring the technology into the schools. But when you look at Bermuda from the insurance perspective, companies set up in Bermuda, they bring their teams to Bermuda, they bring their families to Bermuda. We want to do a similar thing in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space, making a proper regulatory environment that companies see the benefit of bringing in Bermuda for the regulatory environment, but for a community, a country that is open for business, a country that makes our expatriate workers welcome and feel at home, but having a symbiotic relationship where not only does the company benefit, but the people of Bermuda benefit as well.
When I've been speaking to people about the blockchain, one of the things they say is, we don't have all the regulations figured out. We don't have all the laws figured out yet. How do you encourage people to come in an industry which is still so nascent?
The industry of blockchain, as everyone knows, it is developing. It is in its embryonic stages. So what you have to look for the regulatory environment, the general regulatory environment. You have to look for key stakeholders that understand the business and allow a key legal and regulatory environments to come together to build what will be the blockchain space. We don't claim to know it all, but we know key industry stakeholders that are leaders in this space, and we will partner with them to make sure that we have the best blockchain and cryptocurrency, the blue chip jurisdiction for cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology in the world.
So you touched on something there, Sean. I wonder if you could just elaborate on the connections between governments, between communities, between businesses that exists in Bermuda.
Right. So that's actually something that we call Bermuda Inc., which is really this very collaborative working environment that we've developed in Bermuda over many years, which includes our regulator, our government, the private sector, and the client. And what we're really doing is pulling all of these groups together to work very collaboratively and cooperatively to create a best of breed solution. And we've done this before in new industries, and particularly in the insurance-linked securities industry and offshoots of our insurance industry, where we were able to innovate and be first to market with some very new products that have been very successful globally, but also very lucrative and productive for the island. So we think that this should be no different. The model that we want to put in place, as the minister said, is basically can be a product of this sort of collaboration.
And let's just be real here. It is a beautiful country,
Absolutely.
right? So we should all be going there.
No. You're welcome to visit at any point in time.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you very much to all of you for joining us here and for being part of Hub Culture here in Davos. I hope you had a good time.
Absolutely.
We have. Thank you for having us.
Great. And I'm Edie Lush.